What's good with y'all boys, man? It's your boy Lotto. And we back with another video, man. We back with another episode of Third Take. Gotta get used to saying that. Good game last night, man. Jimmy James, LeBron James in a fucking Miami Heat uniform again last night, bro. That was not Jimmy Butler last night. That was Jimmy Butler. That was not Jimmy Butler last night. That was LeBron James in a Jimmy Butler jersey. That dude, 47 points, 16 for 29 from the field, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals. Talk about a complete game. That boy Jimmy went off last night. He was not trying to lose. I was so wrong. Everybody and their mom was wrong. Everybody had Boston last night. Even I could admit I was wrong. But when the game first started, I literally, last night, my little brother and my stepdad was watching the game downstairs. And I came down to start watching it. I come down, it's probably like 4 minutes gone in the first quarter. I see the Heat get a steal. Kyle Lowry picks it up, throws it to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, fast break, finish, and one, mad strong. I was like, yup. I turned to my stepdad and said, yup, Miami's going to win tonight. I could already see it. I could tell off that one possession that they was ready and locked in, and everybody was on the same page. Everybody was on the same mission and hungry. And my stephouse, my bro was like, nah, Boston gonna get it. Smart and Horford gonna lock in. They gonna do what they need to do. They're gonna close it out here. Nope. I could tell just from seeing that one play that Miami came ready, and Boston, they was not having nothing with Boston. Boston was not closing that shit out. And you know the hardest games are closeout games. So Miami came ready, and Boston didn't come ready to face that pressure. And it's so crazy because the crowd was so loud last night. That was one of the most loudest crowds I've seen in a while. Like, you could barely hear the announcers. You could barely hear any of the whistles. Anytime the Celtics scored multiple times in a row or got any type of stops, steals, oh my gosh. My TV was on like 20. And you could, the way the crowd was yelling, you would think it was on 50, 60. Like, that crowd was ridiculous last night. The Garden, Beantown was rocking. Jimmy Butler had an amazing game, man. Kyle Lowry played his ass off, finally. He was a no-show like the past 2-3 games. No, I didn't even know he was on the floor. Like I told y'all, it felt like he was still injured. But last night he did his thing. 18 points. He hit like four threes. That was huge. He was playing defense. Marcus Strus, he always does his thing. He always hits key shots for the Heat. Always hits outside threes, big-time shots when they need him. He did his thing. He stepped up for Hero not being there. But where's Bam at? Can somebody tell me where? Can somebody find Bam Adebayo? I don't know if they're going to have to look around North Station. I don't know if they're going to have to. I don't know what they're going to do, but somebody please find Bam Adebayo. Like, I think Jaylen Brown and Al Horford kidnapped him. That's what happened. Al Horford had that dude tied up, put him in the backseat of the trunk, slammed it, and left off, bro. Like, Al Horford got that nigga strapped up. When I tell you, I watched Bam try to drive past Al Horford like 7 times yesterday, and Al Horford was not having it. Like, Bam is just a non-factor. He keeps trying to get that little play going where he get the ball near the free throw line, and he tries to go downhill one-on-one with Horford, but it's not working. Al Horford is way too strong. His defensive stance is too wide. Like, Bam is not going nowhere. Like, Al Horford really has that on lock. I don't know what he did in game 3 to have 31, but something's going to have to give. Like, Jimmy can't get 50 every game, bro, especially if they win next game and then go against the Warriors. That can't happen. Jimmy needs some help. He's getting help from his shooters, and some of the role players are stepping up here and there, but he needs the starters and players like Bam, who are the keys of their offense and defense, to show up. Eric Spoelstra's coaching, amazing Eric Spoelstra's coaching last night. You see, when the Celtics came out in the second half, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum only shot like a combined 4 or 5 shots. They barely scored in the second half. And that's due to Eric Spoelstra making the adjustments, sending nothing but double teams at them, playing out defensive schemes for the Heat to go and attack them and throw them off their game. The second half, it was mainly Derek White, Marcus Smart, them scoring the ball. Jason Tatum and Brown weren't really doing nothing. They couldn't. Eric Spoelstra outcoached Udoka in the second half bad. Like, Celtics offense was not even a thing. They had something going at the end, but that was strictly off the crowd's momentum. Like, but the Heat smoked them last night. The only reason the game was close is because of the crowd, because they was feeding off some of the energy from the crowd. But the Heat really should have smoked them because the Heat were playing way better than them from beginning to end. And it was crazy because after the game, you saw like 3 players from the Heat say it to the camera, "Thank you, Draymond," because Draymond was talking crazy yesterday. I didn't even know until I seen the game. I didn't even know that Draymond already had the series being over, already put in his head that they were going to play the Warriors. I mean, that they were going to play the Celtics. On his podcast the day before the game yesterday, he said that it's 3-2. Boston only had 93 points, and they still won by 13 points. In Miami has been looking like they can't get anything going consistently. Their shots aren't falling. So Draymond said he don't see Miami beating Boston in Boston. So he had it chalked up. He said Boston was going to win in 6. Boston was going to win yesterday. It was going to be Boston and Warriors. Draymond literally said that's going to be the finals, guys. Celtics and Warriors. Boston's going to win tomorrow. And look, Miami heard that, said, copy, bet Draymond. All locked in, all focused up, and got it done. And they all thanked him after the game. Udonis Haslem went into the camera. "Thank you, Draymond. That's what we needed." PJ Tucker had an interview with Inside the NBA. It was an interview with some of the Scott dude, the bald-headed dude from SportsCenter. And he was like, "Yep, Draymond, appreciate it. Thank you, bro. Tell Draymond we said thank you." But I'm not gonna lie, Draymond was talking crazy, and it is crazy that he wrote off Miami, and he's literally playing in the finals, and he is talking about the other series, saying, "Oh, Boston gonna win, Miami's not gonna get it done." But honestly, I'm gonna ask you guys. This is my opinion. I don't know if it's true, but let me know if you think it's accurate. I feel like he could have been doing that on purpose. Like, that was some sort of gamesmanship to get an advantage. Like, let me say, right now it's 3-2. We won a game 7 so they could wear each other down a little more. We want them to play another game so we can have a little more rest. So let me say this. Let me come out and say the Celtics gonna win, so that he could play their hearts out and try to get that dub, so they force a game 7. Like, he probably in his head, what he was saying about the Celtics being too much, and he doesn't see the Heat winning on the Celtics floor in game 6, and the Celtics winning. He probably did. There probably was some truth to that. He probably did really have that opinion, but I feel like in the back of his head, he also was like, let me light a few under the Miami Heat's ass real quick to try to get them to win and play a game 7. Because the more games Miami and Boston play, that's going to help the Warriors out more, because they're going to keep wearing each other down. That's more playing time. So I'm sure Draymond and the Warriors is happy that Miami won. Miami's thanking Draymond and saying that we needed it, but Draymond and the Warriors probably happy that another game's going to go on, because now they're going to have even more rest. They're going to be more ready. So we going. Let me know what you guys think about that. And Jimmy Butler was talking crazy too, because he said we knew we were going to come in and get this win, and we know we're going to win the next one too. Jimmy Butler said that. He said we know we're going to get the next one too. He basically said we're going to win game 7. So we're going to see. Let me know what y'all think. Who's going to play Golden State? I'm not going to go against my pick. I'm still going to say Boston. Even though I really think Miami is going to do it, because they're going to be home, and they still got a chip on their shoulder from last game. Spoelstra's going to do his thing coaching. Butler's probably going to get another 40 piece, because we know how Butler plays when it's a must-win game. And I feel like role players play better at home. Miami's going to hit their shots. Lowry's going to probably have another good game. Bam's going to play better. But I'm not going to go against my pick. I still got Boston, because Boston's young. They're talented as fuck. They want to get to the finals bad as hell. And Tatum could go for a game. Tatum could go for 40 just as much as Butler could go for 40. So, and Brown's gonna play better. They're all gonna do better. So it's gonna be a hard-fought game. We're gonna see. But I still got Boston. Last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is KD and the fucking media, bro. it's because it's crazy because I seen on Twitter all these people talking about, oh, KD shouldn't have left the Warriors. It's clear the Warriors didn't need KD to win no chips. Warriors replaced KD with Andrew Wiggins and still got to the finals. KD needed the Warriors for his legacy. That's all bullshit, bro. KD did not need the Warriors, bro. Nobody ever said the Warriors needed KD either. But you can't deny the fact that KD being there put them over that hump, bro. They just lost in the finals 3-1 to they was up 3-1 against the Cavs, let the Cavs come back, had one of the biggest chokes in NBA history. You don't know what Golden State was going to do from there. If it wasn't for KD joining Golden State and giving them those 2 chips, who says that they're still a dynasty? The Warriors getting props for going to the finals 6 times in the last 8 years, but people forget, and yeah, that's a big accomplishment, but people forget that a main reason of that is because of KD. If they don't have KD those 2 years they won a chip, who says Golden State is still relevant and gets to the finals? Who says Golden State still does what they do and Steph and Clay are still relevant? Like, come on now. Let's not act like shit couldn't have been different. Who's to say that if KD never went there, KD would have went to another team, made another team stronger besides Golden State, and it would have really put an end to Golden State's run? Like, let's say the year they lost to the Cavs, right? After that, let's say instead of KD going to Golden State, let's say KD went to, like, the Clippers or, like, another great team to make them overpowered. Then KD would have won chips there, and the Warriors will be trash for 2 years and keep being trash. You never know. So the fact that KD went there, won 2 chips with them, it kept them relevant. So the same way you could say that Warriors got them his chips and he needed them to get chips, same way you could say the Warriors needed him to get those 2 more. And a big part of their success over these past couple of years is because of KD. They didn't. It wasn't one of them. It wasn't that KD needed the Warriors or Warriors needed KD. The reality is they hooked up together. It worked out, and they was very successful. Plain and simple. It was great basketball. KD's game fit with the Warriors' game, and it was good. Now KD is on his own thing, trying to build his own legacy. He still got time, and the Warriors is trying to continue their legacy going on. Like, niggas is just, like KD said on Twitter, people are just way too in their feelings and care way too much about how KD feels and what he does, and people need to get over it. Nobody needed anybody. KD is that dude. KD is a big reason for the Warriors' success, and get off my nigga dick. Like, come on, bro. I love y'all, though, and we out.